Hey there! So it's been quite a long time since my last video, and as you can see I'm no longer using a Filofax. I am using the bullet journal method, and this is just a quick video to show you how I use the system and most importantly how I make it work for me in an A6 size. So before we dive into the Rhodia A6, let me show you what I was working with at first when I started using the bullet journal method in August of last year. So I was using this Lemon notebook in A5 size. It is a great notebook, but it is very heavy and quite bulky. And so I stopped using it after like 1 month of bullet journaling, something like that. I can show you the inside very quickly. The paper quality is amazing. It is almost like cardboard paper, and it is a great notebook, generally speaking, and I spent quite a lot of time setting it up, so using it for just 1 month was really a waste of time, but in the end it didn't work out for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like getting it out in public. I didn't like I don't know, it just wasn't the right feel for me. And as you can see, I tried many different weeklies and systems, but nothing really worked for me. So yeah, and so several things were not working for me. First, I quickly realized that having to write the reference pages again and again for each new notebook was going to kill me, and also I couldn't make it work as far as scheduled tasks were concerned. I mean, like, I didn't have weeklies. As you can see, I was doing the official bullet journal method, so I was writing my dailies 1 day at a time, and it just didn't work in the way that I never knew what to do with like a task for the next Thursday or 2 days later. I couldn't write it on my monthly pages. I can show you my monthly. I was using like calendar, yeah, like box calendar stuff, and yeah, I couldn't just write my task on those pages. I needed more space, and so yeah, I just really didn't know how to make it work. And so after August ended, I stopped and went back to my Filofax in September. As you can see, I didn't even fill in the monthly tracker in September. So I went back into my Filofax and I stayed there for a month and a half, if I remember correctly. And then I was like, okay, let's try this again. So at the like mid-December or something, I said, let's try it again. Let's try using a small notebook, something that is very portable, that I can put in my coat pocket, and let's see if this works. So that's what I did, and I found solutions for my previous problems. So first, let me tell you that this Rhodia notebook is amazing. It has a pocket at the back. Oh, here's my husband and I. It is bright orange on the inside, and I really hate orange, but I can work with that. It's not that annoying for me. I really love the color, and it is a soft cover. It is quite pliable and very nice to the touch. So yeah, I really like this notebook. So at the very beginning, I have like a post-it note with the things I'm supposed to do daily, a list of ongoing projects, and personal projects I can work on when I have free time, and work projects I can work on when I have free time. So as you can see, this is full of post-it notes, and I'm sometimes trying to make it look good, and sometimes I just can't be arsed, so you'll see that. So this is school units I'm working on, because yeah, I forgot to tell you, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, I am a teacher working full-time, and of course I have a lot of stuff to write down and remember and keep tabs on, so that's why I use an organization system such as the bullet journal. So yes, this is this is actually the size of 2 beauty spots I have on my back and that I have to get checked. So let's have a look at what's inside. So I have an index on 4 pages, and let's be honest, with just 140 pages I only needed 2. So yeah, I know for next time. This is my future log. I only did 3 months and then a later section because I knew I wasn't going to be in this notebook for very long, so well, that seemed the most logical solution. And I use it like the classic future log. I just write down events. They are marked with a dot, and no, sorry, events are written with the date, and the dot is for tasks. I have my 2019 goals, wish list. Sorry, I feel like the shadow of my hand is making it hard to see. To-buy list, planned expenses using the Alastair method, planning routine, and recurring tasks. Next actions list. I completely stopped doing this later on. I will tell you what I'm doing instead. And these are just like random project pages. Waiting for. And this was the first month I used my Bujo, December. So as you can see, I had a goals section, a calendar that I used as a tracker as well with the little colored dots, and these 2 columns were for tasks. And so like tasks that were not time sensitive just had a little dot next to them, and time sensitive tasks were written with the date in a box. At first I didn't use my monthly pages for events. I was using my Google Calendar, but then I switched and started using stopped using Google Calendar for my events, so everything is in my monthly pages. Later on I will show you that. So yeah, and then I started my dailies. So I'm using the classic type of dailies you can find anywhere on the, the classic type of dailies that Rhodia Carol recommends, and it works fine for me. Whenever I have a new task that, stuff that I need to do later on, I will just go to my monthlies, write the date in a little box and write the task, and whenever I start a new daily I refer to my monthlies to see if I have any scheduled tasks for the day. So this works fine, and as you can see I sometimes have a lot of tasks, mostly on weekdays, of course. Then it was the beginning of the Christmas holidays, so less stuff to write. So some projects in between the dailies, weekly reviews, days again. So this was my January month. As you can see, I didn't have enough space for all my tasks on that particular month. I had to use post-it notes, and so I used like a kind of a code for my monthlies. I was doing like a start for an event, colored dot for things I was tracking, and then I cycled to date something happened. So like peach is for birthdays, blue is for work, purple is for social events, and I also have pink for personal, and yellow for appointments, and green for holidays as well. So yeah, this wasn't enough, and it didn't really work. I mean, it was fine until I didn't have enough space to write the rest of the tasks. So, but as you can see, it was only like the last days of the month that were concerned. So I tried doing this 1 sentence a day thing. Sorry for the mistake at sentence. And as you can see, I gave up. I was like 2/3 through. That's a shame. My editorial calendar that I didn't fill in. And you'll start seeing these types of little graphs that I use to track my time. I'm using a way more complete version at the moment. I'll show you later on. So, more dailies. More and more dailies. So as you can see, I used the classic code, migrated, like done task, scheduled, stuff like that. And when I've not finished the task or have not done it, I will write the date I plan to do it on the right, and so the next day I can see like very quickly, oh, I need to do this, because sometimes just having like a dot, uncrossed dot, isn't visible enough, I think. So yeah, projects pages. Sometimes I use color to better see, especially when I'm doing columns and it's a bit well, it isn't wide enough. Other dailies, weekly review. This is a school trip I'm organizing. So these are my notes and to-dos. Another project tracking stuff. Sometimes I use a this week list for to-dos. And sometimes I draw a little graph with my daily schedule, hour by hour. I bought a calligraphy pen at some point in January, and I'm still practicing. I'm not very good, but I'm working on it. But I really like drawing little headers for my pages. So yeah, this is the new type of tracker I'm using to see how my time went, and then I'm doing a little percentage thing to see how much time I spend doing this and that, and this is quite an eye-opener. I recommend you try it if you feel like you don't have enough hours in your days. You have time. It's just spent playing The Sims and watching Netflix and so on. So yeah. Some more dailies. Ooh, I changed my style. I think it's because of Cindy's video. I don't remember her last name. So I changed it a bit, so it was, the first time I did it, it was on 2 lines, so it wasn't really, well, it wasn't clear to me. And that time I started from midnight and ended up at midnight, so it's way more readable, I think. Yellow is for work, pink is food, blue is like taking care of the house, washing my hair, showering, that type of stuff, cleaning the house, whatever. Red is for commute, green is for reading time, the hashed black zones are for sleep, that little dotted zones are like time spent in bed but not sleeping, so basically being lazy in bed on Sunday mornings or just being on my phone. I don't remember what I said and what I didn't say. Grays for appointments, and that's it, I think. Oh yeah, and that dark blue is for my project, and as you can see, there's no dark blue in there, but once I've finished that video, I will add my little blue square. So yeah, it's nice to see where your time went and what are your habits, like how does your week goes most of the time, and then I think it's easier to know what to do about it to make it more efficient, more organized. Monthly review January. I didn't journal enough. I need to work on that. So for my February, I am using the Frankenlot method. This is working fine for now. I have like unscheduled tasks on the right and scheduled tasks and events over here, or mainly events, to be fair. I was thinking of using my method again for tasks. I will see. So yeah, I'm using this star day method as well, and so far this makes me feel like a failure. I'm not good at this. I need to work on it. But yeah, it's a great system. You write a letter and then you write over here what it corresponds to, and you can see all your events at once. And as you can see, I messed the grid. I'm so unhappy with this. So yeah, these are my dailies for the beginning of February. I've done my tracker thing again. And that's it. I still have enough pages to finish February, and then I will start March in a new notebook. At the very end, I have my health tracker, where I track my anxiety mainly. I was using colored dots, but yeah, I didn't talk about it when showing you my first trackers. But using color is a pain because you need to have all your colored pens on you at all time, and sometimes I do this at work or wherever, and I just have my black pen with me, so I needed a system that I could update that way. So I reverted to dots and drawing graphs, and I love the look it gives the planner, so I'm not unhappy about that. And I have my work projects list and my personal projects list at the back of the notebook as well, and this is inspired by the GTD system that I've not entirely ditched so far. If the bullet journal method works on its own, I might give up the GTD system at some point. So yeah, I'm very happy with this little Rhodia notebook. It's great. If you want to try it out, just do it. I started using them because of Megan Rhiannon and her videos. I recommend you go and watch them on YouTube. She makes it look so nice and clean and effortless. I love her videos. So yeah, and to finish, I've already booked the Rhodia's replacement. It was kind of a mistake. Well, not really a mistake, but I wanted to send this back, and the seller on Amazon never agreed to, so I was stuck with this notebook and thought, okay, I'm going to use it. But so this is a Moleskine notebook. It is like 180 pages, I think, something like that, and the paper quality is terrible. I love the feel of it, and I love the way it bends so well, and I love the color and the grid and everything, but really look at how many of my pens you can see through. I'm going to have to use only friction in this notebook, and this is a pain. But yeah, I've already set it up. Oops, personal information alert. So far I have an index, my future log that I've set up this way, an Alastair method for next month, my health tracker, 2019 goals I will have to rewrite, wish lists, plan expenses, planning routine, someday maybe lists, waiting for lists. So these are GTD components. I didn't say that when I showed you in the Rhodia, but they are. My March month, I think I'll be using a grid for this month, and then I will compare what did I prefer, either the classic grid method or the Frankenlog method. I need to do a full month to be able to say for real. Double page for tasks for the month, goals, and a tracker. So my month will be on 6 pages, but it's fine with me. This notebook has more pages. I think I can still do 3 or maybe even 4 months in it. So that will be fine. My finances for 2019, and the first day where it's supposed to start. And at the back I have again my personal projects and my work projects. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments if you use A6 size or A5 size, and if so, why? As you can see from this flip through, I live quite a full life, just like anybody else, and A6 is working for me. I just have to use more notebooks than the average A5 user, but for now I don't mind, and I'm quite happy using this size and being able to take my journal everywhere with me, and not feeling like getting this very bulky journal on a meeting table and you know, feeling people being inquisitive whenever they take a look at my journal. So yeah, I will let you know how the downsizing, because the Moleskine is even more smaller, how the downsizing goes, and until then, see you, bye, thanks for watching.